Tell us about your story. You have an incredible story.
Yeah, you know, I'm from the south side of Chicago, born and raised. There you go, there you go. 6453 South Hermitage. I grew up as a ward of the state. I lived with family, but I never knew my mom, never knew my dad, right? And I experienced 12 years of abuse in that house. And, but it's good though, like I'm here now, right?
That's right.
Right? So, abused in like every way, right? But I found, you know, hope and, you know, faith in God, and then through music like hip hop. So that was a big thing for me. So
yes,
hip hop helped me a lot.
Hip hop.
Yeah.
Music can be very therapeutic. I know that. That is for sure. What made you decide that you wanted to help, you know, others?
Yo, I had a really messy cry inside of a coffee shop in 2018. I was working a dead-end job. I felt like a failure of a musician. I didn't make it in hip-hop, right? And so, you know, I walked through the pathway, went to go get some lunch. I couldn't afford lunch, so I went to the coffee shop because that's easy to curb my appetite by buying a cup of coffee, right? But being in that coffee shop, I was dealing with just a combination of all this stuff, right? Being a 3-time, like, suicide survivor, right? Going through all this stuff, like feeling like a failure. I didn't make it in music. I don't own nothing. I don't have anything. And I started to cry in this coffee shop. But here's the beautiful thing about the cry, though. I needed this messy cry. Because I realized in that moment that it wasn't about me not wanting to be here no more. Nobody had ever taught me how to live. So, right? Thank you. So, in that moment, I decided to take my butt to therapy. And it was in therapy I started to learn so much. Like, the most important thing, my therapist said to me that it wasn't my fault that I was abused. I was just a kid.
Right.
And so that helped me. And so I went home one day and I wrote down coffee, hip hop, and mental health, something that started to change my life. And I say, you know what? I'm sure there's so many Black people in my community that don't have any access to therapy that need this type of support. So I'm gonna create an organization where we can pay for people to go to therapy and provide mental health programs.
That's
for free.
amazing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you explain what coffee, hip hop, and mental health is?
Yeah, so it's an organization, right? And like the beautiful thing about it, it's not just a coffee shop, even though the coffee shop is the foundation of what we do. It's a place that we can create like a space for people to show up to talk about their stuff, right? Without bias, without judgment. This space is beautiful because we hold conversations all over the city, right? Group therapy, men's therapy, right? Free yoga, all these programs that Black men, women, and children can show up, but not just Black people, the entire community. And then we have this beautiful coffee shop, which is the hub for resources, right? Where you can show up, and it's a donation for a coffee shop. So you can show up and say, hey, either I'll buy a $10 latte or let me choose my price, because we want everybody to show up. So if you don't have money or you have money, come to the coffee shop and we'll show you some love.
What has the response been like from the community?
The response has been great. There was somebody that told me they fell back in love with Chicago again. That was cool. It was this one brother that came to like our first year anniversary right in the heart of the pandemic. He walked in crying, had his mask on, in tears. He said, because of your story and what you're doing, you gave me permission like to want to get therapy. So he said, can you help me find a therapist so I can go get some help so I can stop hurting the people that I love every day? Isn't that beautiful?
That is so beautiful.
Right?
You have an event coming up.
Yeah, so this event is called A Night in Green. It's our first annual black tie event. So each year, I spend about $250,000 on sending 250 people to therapy, like every year, right? And we do all these free sessions. So A Night in Green is our way. Look, here's the thing. Green is the international color for mental health awareness, okay? And also green is for money, because I gotta raise 100 grand that night, right? So I want all of Chicago like to show up in their best for this very, very beautiful event.
I'm sure they will, because
Yes.
you're doing amazing things.
Thank you so much.
Yes, so Christopher, we think what you are doing is absolutely amazing, and our friends at BetterHelp heard about your cause and want to help you towards your goal.
Nice.
So they have decided to donate you $25,000 to coffee, hip hop, and mental health. You've blessed so many, they want to bless you. Okay, all right, thank you to our partners. Yes, it's all for you.
Thank you.
Thank you to our partners at BetterHelp for their donation To get 25% off your first month of therapy, visit their website. Thank you so much, Christopher, for sharing your story. We'll be right back. If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the Jennifer Hudson Show YouTube channel. Check your local listings or visit jenniferhudsonshow.com to see when you can watch full episodes in your area. And don't forget to sign up for the newsletter.